So to help with today's webinar, I have broken down this entire process to just three simple steps, which is one, pre-processing the data. Two is the actual analysis of the data. And finally, being able to share that and communicate that those findings, right? So we can step in with the first phase of our webinar, which is to extract and prepare data. So I'm going to share my screen here and just give you a background, a quick overview on SciSpace. If you go to scispace.com, you will immediately be greeted with the agent's interface. So if you type anything in this message box, what's going to end up happening is you're going to directly start talking to the agent. It's as simple as that. You can upload your own custom files here when you click on this icon, and upload files as well for reference during the entire agent's process. Okay. Now for this entire webinar, what I have done is I have prepared prompts, and I'm going to share that. Just give me a second. So I've already prepared some prompts, and to save us all time, I have already executed those prompts, but we're going to see live together what the results the agent has been able to give in this particular webinar. So let's start off with a very simple test for the agent. I have this PDF of a report that I've recently scoured through. So it's a buy now, pay later transactions uh, implications paper, right? And usually what ends up happening is we have our data sources in multiple places, right? And so we might want to skim through all or read through all. So first quick test you can do is we can always go to our SciSpace agent, upload our PDFs, and just give it a simple prompt to kind of extract any information that we want to extract from our agent, from our PDF. So in this example, I have asked it, you are given a research paper, all right, and I want the response in a JSON object. So JSON is a particular notation for storing key value pairs, and we'll show you what the output is. So just wanted some structured information from this raw unstructured text that we have given to SciSpace. First thing I want is a summary. So a 5-sentence concise summary of the paper, plain readable language. Okay. I've asked it for that. I've asked for a few key insights from this paper and a metadata table. So this would include things like title, authors, years, journal, DOI, keywords, and I've asked it to give me a markdown table for this. And I've asked it to encase all of this into a simple JSON object. The idea is to be able to always extract any structured information from any unstructured text that we are sharing with the agent. What ends up happening is the agent quickly reads through the PDF file, okay? And if you've ever used the SciSpace platform before, you'll know these little yellow dots are yellow badges are typically calls for actual actions that the agent has seen. And if you click on this, you'll always be able to see what exactly the agent has done. So it's gone through the entire PDF and come up with some answers over here. And the agent can now give us our JSON object. So you can see that it has given us a summary of the entire paper here and logged a few key insights over here, and also given me the metadata table that I particularly wanted. All this to say that we can always upload multiple sources of information that we have and get a uniform structured information out of the SciSpace agent whenever we want it. So that is one of the things that we wanted to demonstrate for you. Okay. Let's move on to something a little more towards the analytics side of things here. Now, the first step is always we are stuck with messy data, and it takes time to clean it, locate it, see what the issues in the data are. And so I wanted to display here how we can use the SciSpace agent to be able to clean this unstructured or the structured information that we already have. So let's just take a quick walkthrough of the unstructured data that we have. Yeah. So here I have a, a data set of job descriptions on glassdoor.com, and it contains fields like the job title, the salary estimates, the job description, some rating here for the company name. I want you guys to actually spot out, see if you can spot unhealthy things within this uh, data itself. Is there any mess that we kind of need to clean up? Maybe something here. If you guys see that, point it out in the chat, right? So we have the location here, headquarters, a size here, right? Founded, type of ownership, industry. And if you wanted to actually do some analysis on the particular sheet that you see here, what you can immediately notice, a lot of these important fields are actually text here. So about 1,000 to 5,000, that could be one problem, right? So let's give it off to our agent. So the first step I typically like to do is head to my agent, upload my CSV file, and go into a detailed prompt about how I wanted to go and uncover issues with this data set. So I've got uncleandsjobs.csv, which I've uploaded to the agent. I said, I have uploaded this particular CSV. It's a data set of data science job postings scraped from Glassdoor. As the file name suggests, the data is explicitly uncleaned and messy. So I've asked it, please perform a comprehensive data quality assessment. Okay. So first thing we want to do is we want to ask, give me the data structure overview. How many rows are there? Okay. How many columns are there? List all the column names and the apparent data types. Show me the first 5 rows to understand the data format, and show me the last 5 rows to check for any end of file issues that we might end up happening. So the idea here is, if I actually wanted to uncover this as a human being, I would have to go look at the files, start analyzing them, probably manually, write some code, do some stuff. And so I can spend a lot of time on this entire process itself. There's also data quality issues, right? So there's completeness, consistency, and accuracy that we will track for primarily. So which columns have missing values? Give me the count and percentage. Are there any completely empty rows? So I've seen some of you use pandas for this kind of, Python for this kind of stuff. Excuse me. So we'll have to code that in. So I've asked, give me the consistency for this. Check for inconsistent formatting cases like case, special characters. Give me the salary information. What is the format? Is it in dollars? Is it in K? Is it per hour? Is it ranges? And give me the company names. Are there any duplicates with the data formatting? Give me the location, ratings, right? Moving on to the accuracy section, you have salary values, any negative or unrealistic outliers that we have. Ratings, any values outside 0 to 5 range. Any job postings, any suspicious old or future dated entities. And finally, we also want to see duplicates, if there is any duplicates in this data. We've also asked for formatting. So you can see this is a very detailed prompt here, right? And it is very specific to our particular CSV because it is individually referencing the exact columns. So the more the details you can provide for the task to the agent will be able to answer your questions much better. And we can ask for, what is the specific column analysis. We can ask, okay, we want to look at salary here, location, job title, and company name as well. And we also wanted to do data integrity checks, right? So for example, if there is a job with a high salary but low rating, right? It can be suspiciously good deals here. We can check for these kind of things. And at the end, I said, I want a summary report. So total number or issues caused, most critical issues that would prevent analysis. And we've asked it to give me a structured report with an executive summary, a detailed breakdown by issue type, and specific examples of each issue found. and recommendations for cleaning priority. So notice at this stage, I have not asked the agent to go and do the actual cleaning of this data set. Rather, I've asked the agent, go into the data set and look at it thoroughly and come back with an analysis. So let's see what the agent ended up doing. So you can see here, first thing it did is it read the file. So it's got what is the file about in its context. And now it says, let me create comprehensive Python script. So that's one more addition to the agent. The agent doesn't just directly read the file and then gets into an analysis, because there could be mistakes with that approach as well. Instead, it relies on strong Python code that it writes, checks results, and then rewrites and checks results if it needs to. So in this case, our agent was able to write the entire data quality assessment Python file, and we can always see the contents of these files. If you just click them, you'll be able to view them. But the important fact here is the agent has stepped into actually running the executed file. So you can see the outputs from the file here. And reading this output, it has created a comprehensive markdown file for me to see what is going on. I'm going to view that directly here. So it said, hey, there's an executive summary here. It contains 672 job postings across 15 columns. Let's see what the good news is. Perfect completeness, great. Rich data set, great. No exact duplicates. Reasonable data ranges are there. Now, the critical issue is, I'm not sure how many of y'all pointed this out, but the company names were contaminated. So the company names usually have the rating inside the company name itself. And so this is difficult for company analysis. That is probably the biggest factor here in case we want to analyze it. So 92.6% companies are contaminated. There is a duplication rate of 27.2. So you can see that there are logical duplicates. So same job in the same company is there. So these are the duplicates. Salary format is very inconsistent, so we cannot do the actual salary analysis. So there are 30 plus different formats. And then there is missing value encodings, text encoding. So you can see that the agent has given us a thorough breakdown of what went wrong and in our particular data set. Usually we'll have to spend a lot of time cleaning it out, figuring it out, and run experiments and then see what issues are there. But if we prompt the agent to be able to do this, it's going to give us all this information upfront so we can look into it early into our process. So I'm just going to go into certain other things. So it's given us a dashboard here as well. So we're not asked for all this information, but it's always great to look at a dashboard and get a complete picture in case we need to share our results with anybody. We can quickly get that and share that with anybody. So we've got data quality overview as well. So if I zoom in a little bit here, so you've got clean names is only 7.4%, 92.8% is contaminated company names, etc. Right? So let's look at the next step. What we're typically doing is once we actually have the entire analysis here, we can reuse the same analysis and tell the agent to do the cleaning in this order. So I've kind of written a prompt here and I will keep this very simple. And I said, instead of me sitting and cleaning this and writing all the code, I'm just going to give it to my agent. I'm not writing a single line of code through this entire webinar. I'll just give it to the agent and I'll tell the agent, please clean this data set. So critical fixes are exactly what it's already mentioned, right? And I've given it detailed examples of how to clean the data as well, based on whatever it has already told me. I've said, hey, parse and standardize salary data since that is critical, etc. Handle missing values. All these cleaning instructions, I've kind of given it based on whatever I want. So I've written one big prompt, which has all the instructions that would be perfect for fixing the problems that we've already seen with our agent. And let's see what the agent does. Again, the first thing it does is runs into writing the code for this cleanup, right? And also does a few additional things to help us understand what was happening. So our agent has completed the entire cleaning process. So instead of us sitting and figuring out what is wrong and actually cleaning the data without writing a single line of code, I've just given it back to my agent And the SciSpace agent has been able to automatically clean our data set also. So it's also given us transformations, what it has done, company names, standardize the salary ranges, etc. So we can do much more better analysis with the salary. And it has given me the final CSV. So I can always click on the download option here. Now the file is on my computer. I can take it, I can share it with anybody at any particular time and collaborate on the file as well. Additionally, for all SciSpace chats, we additionally also have the share button right here on the UI. So the chat can be shared with who you want to share it with. And so there is cleaning dashboard set up here about what exactly happened through the process. So great. So we've gone into the entire cleaning process that we did for our agent here, right? Let's take it let's take it a step further, right? We have our data, we have prepped it. Let's do some quantitative analysis on top of our data. And so, usually, if this is the process, again, we'll have to go into the data set, write some code, probably some Python, cursor, and take our data set and go back. But your data set is already there here, and we can reuse our agent, and we can also get the benefit of adding any multiple data sources that we want additionally to what we have, including the fact that SciSpace has its own search abilities. So you can also look for public datasets. If you search on SciSpace, if there are public datasets available, which might be useful for your research, you can always loop those things in as well. So I have another CSV file here, and we're going to take a look at this. So this is from a medical study that we have. So this is containing the patient ID, an age number, a gender, and a treatment group. So there is treatment and control groups. And we have baseline systolic pressure before the treatment was applied, and baseline diastolic pressure. And we have the follow-up systolic pressure, etc. as well. Medicine adherence for this particular treatment is here. Any side effects that is known for the patient is here, and a quality of life score. So we have a bunch of things here, including smoking status, BMI, etc. Right? Let's understand our data set here with the SciSpace agent. Right? So I have uploaded our data set here again, and I've said, please provide comprehensive data descriptive statistics, including summary statistics like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, range, min, max, for all numerical variables. So I haven't even gone into the data set yet and told it specific columns, but I've just said, give me this. And give me the frequency distributions for categorical variables, etc., like gender, treatment group, etc. Key characteristics by population, comparison of baseline characteristics. Any notable patterns that the agent already finds also is very important for us. So we just did this simple thing. We've asked our agent to go ahead and do it. And as you can always see, it has read the particular file, and then started to write code so it can back up its, hypothesis with actual outputs from the code. And it has gone ahead and run the code, check what the outputs are, and then also figured out what exactly we can infer from this particular data. So there's total of 30 patients, and 20 patients is the treatment group. We have the control group of 10 patients, and we have the study duration of 90 days in here. So there is some summary statistics. So for age, we have the mean of 49.87, median, etc., a standard deviation, baseline BP systolic, baseline BP diastolic. So a detailed report of every particular field here. I'm going to go into the insight section that it has generated for me automatically here towards the end of the chat. And the agent tells us that the treatment efficacy is right off the bat already highly effective without doing any statistical tests, just from inferring from the document right now. So there is an average decrease of 34 millimeters here of BP versus 2.4 in the control group. So this is statistically significant and clinically meaningful as well. But there is certain concerns, only 13 patients. So it has said, okay, let's increase the number of patients as well. And there is some missing data among this as well. And also spoke a little bit about patient population. So just from the BMIs, it is able to figure out there was an overweight population here, and high comorbidity burden is also here. And it's given us detailed statistical results here to look at for our agent, including categorical variable distributions as well. So we can have a quick look. Say, for example, medication adherence, how was this for this particular study? 55% for high, medium is 30%, and low is 15%. So it's telling us that there are well-balanced variables here, and the p-values are good here. But there is quality of life score is slightly on the imbalanced side, and treatment efficacy results has a good p-value here also for systolic and diastolic change. So we can right off the bat see that this is pretty good. And it has given us some recommendations also. So all of this data, just from a simple prompt of telling the agent, hey, just give me the statistical analysis for this, some key points that you can go with it. But this thing, the agent really goes into a lot of detail and gives you as much information as possible that would be helpful for you. And as always, gives us wonderful charts as well to go along with, our analysis here, so that you can take these charts and share them whenever you want. So now that we have gone into the, being able to just directly get inference, a statistical analysis, let's actually do some inference as well. We already saw that the p-values were good. So we will ask our agent, give me some inferential statistics tests here. So the primary analysis that I want the agent to confirm is, from this entire data set is there a significant difference in blood pressure reduction between the treatment and control group? So I'll tell it quickly how to do it. So calculate the baseline and calculate the follow-up for each patient and compare this reduction between the treatment groups. So we can use the appropriate tests here. And secondly, we'll do a secondary analysis. Test for association between medication adherence and treatment effectiveness, smoking status and treatment outcomes, and gender differences in response. And if we just give this to the agent, right, let's see what it does. It again writes some code, figures things out. It's already got all this rich information in its context from our previous chats. And it's able to give me an answer. So a TLDR here is, it demonstrates exceptional efficacy with statistically significant reductions in both systolic and diastolic as well. And gender differences exist in treatment response. So that's an interesting factoid also. But medication adherence and smoking status do not significantly impact the efficacy of this particular treatment. So this is an overview of a lot of things here. So it's saying medication adherence is not significant, smoking status is not significant, gender differences is significant. So females are responding much better than males in this particular study. And it's given me detailed results and interpretations of the entire thing so that I can understand what is going on as well. So yeah, so for each field, it gives me a good analysis and it gives me the clinically significant assessment. So this is there. And it also gives me the limitations and considerations for this particular study. So some violations detected are there in the control group. Sample size considerations is just 20:10, so that is a little low. And there is a little missing data that is there in the control group as well. So let's see quickly the primary recommendation is proof for chemical use, treatment demonstrates exceptional efficacy with massive effective sizes and gender-specific protocols, right? It's advising me for these things. And let's look at the inference plots as well that we can share whenever we have. So automatically, when it comes to analysis, the agent is creating these beautiful illustrations for us so that we can deep dive into them and understand them. Additionally, it gives us this key insights that we can uncover from this entire process as well. Cool. Now, so far we have been able to tell our agent, just give me the problems with my data set and then fix the problems with my data set. I've said, give me the insights from the data set, give me what you can infer from this data set. Let's push it to one more limit. Let's ask our agent, can you build a regression model from the entire process here? So build me a multiple regression model using the medical study, right? And I'll say these are the independent variables. Baseline GP is that, age, BMI, treatment group, medication adherence, and duration in terms of number of days for the treatment. So I want it to specifically give me the R and R adjusted values here, the P values, right? And complete regression equation with all the coefficients, right? An interpretation of each significant coefficient. What does a 1 unit change mean in the model? And model diagnostics, I'll check, is the model having multiple linearity, residual analysis, etc. So these would help me improve and understand the particular research that I'm doing here. And what are the practical implications of this, right? So I've gone here, I've said, build me this entire model. So the agent starts working on the code and runs the code, sees the outputs from the code here. And once it has this, it gives me the comprehensive results that I want. So it's given me my exact mathematical model here with the values here exactly. And it's also gone ahead and simplified the entire process for me as well. So it's like treatment status 32, which it has done here, given me R squared value, adjusted F statistic, RMSE, MAE, and it's given me a detailed coefficient analysis as well. Let's see what it has to particularly say about this. So for multilinearity, so there are high DIF values for the baseline BP, age, and BMI suggest these variables are highly correlated, inflating standard errors. So it's given me this insight here. And so effect size, we have treatment group, so control obesity versus the treatment group. Baseline blood pressure is a secondary predictor, and all other factors are not actually very significant in this particular study. So it's given me a plain language interpretation of the entire study, and it's given me this clinical translation, etc. It's also given me these practical implications and recommendations here. So these are the files that it has generated for me. So a detailed report that I can always use. It has given me a lot of plots here that I can use. It's given me the CSV containing the regression coefficients, right? And all of this. Additionally, under all paths, you can always find all the files that were generated through the entire process as well. Okay, so now that we have pushed our agent to be able to do these particular things, just so far we have not written a line of code, and we pull in our data sources, and we have literally told our agent, can you do this for us, check everything, is it fine, and do the actual test, build the actual model, go through the entire process. Let's see if we can actually use our agent for visualization as well. What I want the agent right now to do, for me to be able to share this with other people, I'm going to ask, create a comprehensive visualization dashboard for the study data with publication-ready charts as well. So I've asked it specific visualizations that I want. Okay, and let's see what it's able to create for us. So it's created this dashboard here with these particular charts that are ready to go, including heat maps, pie charts, etc. And it's also asked us to do this given us all the insights that we can use for this entire operation here. So this is when we have numerical data, right? But what if I was working on a data set which was more along the lines of being able to have text data there, which is very highly unstructured. So like we've seen in our initial uh, demo here on the agent, when we uploaded the PDF, we could extract the structured information from the PDF. I have a data set here of certain interview transcripts, which I will give you a quick walkthrough of. So we have a participant field here. We have the interview duration and the transcript text of the entire interview here. Let's do some analysis on our text data itself here. And I've told the agent I have updated this particular CSV here. It contains interview transcripts from research participants. Please perform comprehensive thematic analysis on this. I said, read and analyze the transcript text entries across all 15 interviews. Identify the major occurring themes, patterns, creating 4 to 6 main themes, 2 to 3 sub-themes. So a hierarchical nature of themes I've asked it. And for each theme, I've asked it, give me the descriptive theme name, a clear definition of what the theme represents, 2 to 3 direct code examples, etc., and which participant roles, etc., do this, and create a thematic map, right? So I've gone into this detailed prompt here, and I've asked it, can you please give me this data on this text-based thing? So the agent has again read the entire CSV file, so it knows what it's working with, created the code specifically for that CSV file that it needs to do, and then use that code to get a detailed thematic answer here. So let's take a look at the final report that the agent was able to kind of generate for us here. And it's got a key findings at a glance. So it contains 15 interviews, inductive thematic analysis with systemic coding, and main themes are identified. 6 primary themes with 18 sub-themes has been given us. So there is growth and development. This is the most universal themes. Key insight, sub-themes are learning and skills, career opportunities, organizational, and scaling. So if you have a massive data set which contains a lot of text, all you need to do is just upload to the agent, and the agent can take care of these things for us and take a look at what's actually going on in the text. So it's also given us role-specific insights, technical roles, right? Cross-functional roles. What were the interview participants like? We've got all of these things, and there is some surprising discoveries. So remote work adaptation is an emerging thing. It's found in HR and operations interviews. In fact, mixed effect on productivity and team cohesion was mentioned in the particular interview. So a lot of insights directly from the CSV file when we give it to the agent and ask it to give me the answers. Additionally, you have quantitative insights as well. So all the themes, what is the prevalence, etc. We'll go into something. I'm pretty sure our agent would have given us a lot of visualizations to go with this directly out of the box so we can understand our data better. So theme emphasis by participant role, software engineer here, and challenges is a good theme, technology is a good theme, etc. So we can see a good heat map, and we have a network map here as well. And we have also, prevalence of each particular thing. So growth and development is from 13 out of 15 interviews. 11 out of the 15 interviews have operational challenges. A lot of them work culture have just 2 out of 15. So you can see a lot of these images that it has generated. Again, these images are export ready. So you can directly export it into your system and share it wherever you need to. Going ahead, now that we've uncovered thematic analysis as well, I want to do something fun here. So I'm going to say, give me a semantic understanding of what's going here. So I will tell our agent, can you do a sentiment analysis on all of the different values here. So segmented analysis is required, quote level analysis we can do, some validation checks. I've told the agent we can do these validation checks here and provide certain insights and visualization. So let's see what the agent has returned in this particular case. So it's given us the average sentiment score by role. So HR managers have like a 1, 1, 0.71, 0.8, etc. Some have a negative for negative feedback. Some have 0 for customer support. So this kind of a distribution has been given us. So 7 interviews have positive, mixed 5 interviews, 3 interviews are negative in this particular uh, sentiment analysis. The agent again goes into deep research into this and figures out role-based sentiment patterns as well, etc. And gives us some critical analysis that we can go through as well. So yes, all the charts, all the data, and a comprehensive report is generated by our agent, and we can directly start using this. So now that we have our data, which was unstructured text, we've gone through the entire process and we've told it to do sentiment analysis on top of that also. We'll ask it to create a modern interactive web-based dashboard as well. Just so that we can share with stakeholders and share the data live on a website which users can interact with based on this data and see what that's like as well. So I just told it, give me a few components here. Overall sentiment distribution, give me a pie chart, give me the breakdown by participant role, sentiment score timeline, interactive data table showing interview ID, role, duration, sentiment, key quote, etc. These kind of things, right? And I've asked it, hey, these are the interactivity features I want. So hover effects, just to make it a little fancy, click on sentiment categories to filter the data table, right? Toggle between different participant roles, just for a little bit of design fun there. And I've given it a few design specifications, modern, clean, aesthetic, mentioned Spotify or Notion styled, design just to be able to show it, or something professional as well, if that it's something you want to go with. Smooth animations, transitions, professional color scheme, right? Clear typography with good readability was important. And I've said just keep it very simple for now. Create a single HTML with embedded CSS and JavaScript so I can embed that HTML file wherever I need to. Use modern CSS, vanilla JavaScript, right? And include chart.js for any charts that we might want to develop in the agent. And let's just do a completely functional user interface, not any mock-up as such. So some additional content rules here. And let's see what the agent has been able to give us here. So it's given us this link to this particular website, which the agent has generated. So comprehensive analysis of 15 employee interviews across organization roles. And this can be done with any data set that you already have, including the findings you have from the data set. You can ask the agent to convert that into a website and just share it with anybody and use visualizations and chart on the website. You can continue to customize this on the agent and tell the agent to make changes as you wish also. So regarding the interactivity features we had asked for, it's given us the interactivity features here. So you can see it's generated this website, and we can definitely share this with anyone that would like to. So yeah, that's about being able to share it with anyone in terms of the website that we wanted to share. Let's say we've been doing all this work, right? And a lot of the research has gone into, we probably use multiple data sources. We've got our agent to do a lot of the hard work directly out of the box. What we want to do is, let me create a LaTeX-ready report and ask the agent a simple prompt. Hey, for this sentiment and thematic analysis we performed on the interview transcripts, write a complete research production-ready report in LaTeX format. So we've kind of gone ahead and asked the agent to give us that entire format, and it's done, created all the text files that we can use. And at the same time, it's also compiled this to a particular file. So we can go and directly check this. So the agent always corrects itself to be able to give you the correct file. And then it's got a research paper summary.md file here. And if you look at this, this is the main PDF that was compiled with the agent. So my prompt here was very simple. I just told the agent, just give me a bleed report on whatever we've done here. Typically, what we would have is references and citations from other research tools that we have already included in the SciSpace agent during our pipeline. So we can directly prompt it and ask for those as well. And we can continue to modify it. So we can see it's written a 42-page report here, which we can download and share and see what's going on with this. And it's given us an overview of that entire process as well. And we can continue to make modifications anytime by entering required inputs in the chat and continue to work on our research paper. So end to end, so far we have not touched a line of code. We've got all the files. We've not even critically seen and analyzed the files ourselves as yet. And we have typically used the SciSpace agent to be able to do this entire process end to end. The other note to have is, so the SciSpace agent works on multiple enterprise level models, right? And so your data is always restricted to your particular chat. It is not going out of the chat that you have instantiated with the particular model. And these are all enterprise level models that we use. So the enterprise safety is always there for these particular files that you upload and share with the agent here. So key takeaways, one is, thank you so much for joining in. Key takeaways are SciSpace handles the entire flow, right? You can do that, and you can be on a course correction mode for the agent. You can tell the agent, this is where I wanted you to head next, versus if it's doing something wrong or something like that. So we can use these tools and amplify our productivity. It works across disciplines. It will save you a lot of manual work and also save you from blind spots that you might have. And it's very accessible to non-technical users as well. So with this, I would like to end my webinar. Thank you so much for listening in, and maybe I will hand over to Deepak, and maybe we can take in a few questions.